Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another tropical update, my friends. I hope everyone is having a fantastic evening. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy weekend to you guys. Finally the weekend, and I hope you all are having a great one so far. Let's go ahead and jump on into it, my friends. So we got ourselves a lot of new information regarding the system. First of all, it is expected to now make landfall in Texas. That's pretty much been kind of a given at this point in time. We finally got some hurricane watches out in effect, as well as storm surge watches. Those are in effect out there towards Texas. As you can actually see out there where that pink is, those pink polygons all the way down from South Texas, going all the way up here, just slightly to the south of Chicago. Or did I really just say Chicago? Sorry, it's late. I have had a long day. Not Chicago. South of Houston. South of Houston. So yeah, just slightly south of Houston, we got ourselves hurricane watches in place where hurricane conditions are possible down in time. Those kind of greenish ones over here, those are storm surge watches, basically where storm surge conditions are possible down in time. We will be looking at the surge map and stuff like that overall. But anyways, y'all, let's see who we got today. We have Angel. Let's see. We have Hydra. We have Scott. We have Mark. Let's see here. We have Roby. We have Andy. Let's see here. Aro. We have, let's see here. The brother. Hope you're doing good, man. What's up? Crystal. Hope you're doing good, guys. So, but yeah, so like I was saying, we do have those hurricane watches in place here. We literally just had a new advisory, just got issued here from the Hurricane Center. First of all, current storm activity right now, it's a tropical storm. Currently, Beryl is a tropical storm here. Sustained winds of 60 miles an hour, so constantly blowing at 60 with higher gusts up into hurricane force. But we are, like I said, right now we're at a tropical storm regarding its current activity. Now, central low is at 996 millibars. That has gone up dramatically, meaning that the storm has weakened, obviously. And that's because, well, it kind of just went over land, which is now no longer. Here, let me go ahead and hop over back here to satellite. It did go over the Yucatan Peninsula. The storm center is now just to the northwest of the Yucatan Peninsula. As you can see, that center's right in here. So regarding it, it's not looking so good, considering it literally just went through land. A lot of the convection has bleeded off. We do got ourselves, like I said, quite a little bit of convection off on the northwestern side of that low. Like I said, the low is right in here, right in that area there. So we do have some convection up to the north, also a little bit here to the west as well. A lot of thunderstorm activity, also a little bit here to the east as well as, we are seeing a little bit of convection going on around that central low. But right now, regarding the storm, it's definitely weakened substantially. And as we continue northwest, as we're going to see on the models, we are expecting a gradual strengthening of the storm. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and bring up the overall projections here of the system. So once again, right now it is a tropical storm. As of the latest advisory, is a tropical storm with sustained winds of 60 miles an hour with gusts up to 75, or low-end Cat 1 hurricane force wind gusts. So she's gusting up to hurricane strength. Yeah, once again, 996 millibar low, and it's going to continue to the northwest. Now, by the time we approach tomorrow morning, just before, right around sunrise, I should say, she is going to be actually a little bit weaker, according to the Hurricane Center here. So by 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we are expecting to have sustained winds of around 60 miles per hour, with gusts getting up to around 70. So we're going to be out of hurricane force wind gusts, but that's not going to last for long, because as we work our way over into the evening for tomorrow, according to the Hurricane Center, we are seeing, so for tomorrow evening around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, which would be like 7 Central for you guys out there, we will be sustained there right around 65 with gusts up to 75. So we're going to start to get back into that hurricane force wind gusts activity right here for basically tomorrow evening. So then we approach the morning of the 7th. Now, this is for right around 8 in the morning, or 7 Central. We are expecting this thing to ever get closer to hurricane strength. It will still be an upper-level tropical storm as expected, as of right now. So for the morning of the 7th, it'll have sustained winds of 70 miles an hour with gusts up to 85. So it's going to be getting a bit more stronger. And then, of course, by the evening of the 7th, this storm will be a Category 1 hurricane, sustained winds of 80 miles an hour with gusts up to 100 overall. So that's for the evening of the 7th. And then the big trouble comes in for the early 8th. It is going to be a relatively early landfall for Texas here. We're expecting it to be, just slightly after sunrise, so at least it's not super crazily early. But it's going to be fairly early. So this is right around 8 o'clock a.m. Now, the storm is actually going to be pushing lower in Category 1, upper in Cat 1, maybe even near low in Cat 2, according to the Hurricane Center's last projection. We're just short by a couple mile an hour off from being to be classified as a Category 2 at that point. So, when it comes to it, there is a chance, I believe, that this thing could even be, it just depends on it, but there is a chance, I believe, that this thing might even be having enough juice in it to become a lower in Cat 2 upon landfall. Now, that's my personal opinion. Now, the Hurricane Center, obviously, they have it at an upper level Category 1. That's what we're going to stick with for now, but just know in the back of your head that a lower in Cat 2 probably would not be ruled out overall. What's up, Roby? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Crystal? What's up, Calvin? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Calvin says, the forecast track has shifted again. It's making me nervous. Yeah, it definitely has moved quite a bit since the last couple of updates. It does seem like the track is a lot more northerly now. The storm has actually been going north a bit, over the last little bit. Now, whenever it came to it, hop back to the storm here. So whenever it came to this thing going over the Yucatan Peninsula, essentially this thing, was expected to actually go a little bit further south than what it did. It actually went up a little bit further north. So we'll see if that'll have any effect on it. As of right now, like I said, this is the latest cone, though, and pretty much the entire coast, or literally the entire coast of Texas, is on that cone. At this point in time, we've basically concluded that, yes, it will be a Texas landfall. More than likely, it'll be out there maybe towards the central or southern coast of Texas regarding that landfall overall. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here. That's kind of what we are seeing here with the latest models. And like I said, there's hurricane watches that are in the pink there that are in effect. And of course, there's surges. Surges can be felt a little bit higher up north than where the hurricane watches are. So we'll definitely see. What's up, Rhonda? Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Got family in Austin. So the good thing about Austin is the fact that they're relatively inland, away from the coast. So you're gonna have no coastal impacts, obviously. And also the good thing is that the storm, as it digs its way inland, those winds are gonna rapidly weaken on the storm. So with that being said, Austin is also going to remain on what we call the clean side of a tropical system, or just a low in general. So, yeah, it's really on that right-hand side of a tropical cyclone that we really need to watch. Now, honestly, whenever it comes to it here, y'all, there might be a bit of a concern. It depends on the landfall, but there might even be a concern on that eastern quadrant for the possibility of some tornadic activity. There could be some tornadoes involved regarding this system as it does make landfall here for basically early the 8th. Basically, early the 8th here is kind of when we are expecting landfall to occur. So, like I said, we'll have to watch out there for tornadic activity as well, as that will be a concern with that cyclone-induced tornadic activity overall. So, but yeah, so that's the latest. Obviously, like I said, we have those hurricane watches in place out there. Obviously, we have those cones in the way, but we have those storm surge watches as well. Now, let's go ahead and hop on over here, y'all, to the storm surge. Got some pretty interesting activity going on here. Let's go ahead and hop y'all over here. So, this is the latest graphic regarding storm surge. Whenever it comes to the system here, we are expecting maximum of around 3 to 5 foot of storm surge. Now, that heaviest storm surge is going to be out here basically throughout the central coasts here of Texas. So that does include the Corpus Christi Bay, 3 to 5 foot expected. The Matagorda Bay included as well. So basically out there between the Baffin Bay up to San Luis Pass, there's a possibility as well of 3 to 5 foot of storm surge out there. So that's what we're looking at regarding the surges. So if you don't know what a surge is basically where the water becomes above sea level. So basically 3 to 5 foot of water being pushed inland above sea level is possible. That is the overall thing we are looking out there for. Gabe says, hey man, it's checking in. Is it possible for a hurricane to weaken near home city? So it's not going to hit Mississippi, man. Yeah, so it's not going to be of any concern by the time it gets near Mississippi. Now, as we're about to look, there could be some rain in Mississippi from it. Maybe not a whole lot, but just a little bit. But your impacts are going to be very minimal, if any, honestly. So, yeah, Mississippi is an area that we should not be worried about the storm. It's going to be way to the west, and as it digs its way into Texas, it's going to rapidly weaken to the point where it will not be any concern for anywhere else other than mostly just Texas. But yeah, so that's your latest surge map. Now, let's actually, speaking of rain, we'll talk about the rain here. So, like I was mentioning, yeah, I mean, a little bit of Mississippi could see a little bit of rain, but honestly, just like a normal storm, you guys have seen a lot worse from non-tropical lows. We are talking, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall out there possible towards Mississippi. Even portions like, eastern Louisiana overall could see, in that light green, 1 to 2 inches of rain. 2 to 4 across the dark green, so that does include areas near Waco, Texas, San Antonio, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Obviously, maybe even Little Rock, Arkansas could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall on that system overall. And then, of course, yeah, once you work your way out there into the eastern sides here of Texas, as well as even, kind of places near southeastern Oklahoma, portions of southwestern Arkansas and northwestern Louisiana, across the areas here in that yellow, there is a possibility here for 4 to 6 inches of rainfall per the latest graphic here. So that's a good amount of rain. 4 to 6 inches of rain, that is a lot of rain, and that's definitely enough that could cause flooding. Now, we were talking about this earlier on my previous tropical update. This overall, when it comes to it, this overall is, these areas here, I should say, overall is currently in drought conditions. They've been dealing with a lot of dry conditions out there. This will be very beneficial for them. Overall. Now, there will be some flooding, of course. Whenever you introduce a lot of rain into an area that has not seen rain in a while, that really gives you some flooding probability, because the ground cannot absorb the water as quickly as it's raining, essentially. So essentially, that's just going to allow for the rain to accumulate overall. And then, of course, you may have noticed, yeah, there's some areas, quite a few margins up there in eastern Texas that could see anywhere from 6 to 8 inches of rainfall out there overall. You can actually see here that, we do have a lot of those orange markers there, near Houston. Corpus Christi is included overall. We are expecting around 6 to 8, inches of rainfall out there. So that could be a lot. Now, off the coast, there's a few spots we might even be able to reach, 8 to 12, but that won't have any effect because it's just going to go in the ocean anyways. So, but yeah. So yeah, eastern Texas, that's where the heaviest rain is going to be, obviously. Mostly 4 to 6, but there is quite a few areas as well that could see up to 6 to 8 inches overall. So That, my friends, is that. Now let's take a look at the tropical storm force probability. So this is our latest map regarding the probability of you seeing tropical storm force winds. So you can actually see that there's a little bit of Louisiana here, very low probs, you know, only up to right around 20% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds, and that's on the far southwestern side. So yeah, odds of seeing tropical storm force winds are pretty low. However, once you get out there towards, you know, areas near that little bay or that little curve on Texas there, I'm not too sure the name of that, but once you get to that point, the probabilities increase dramatically. And right now we're seeing 70 to 80% chance across that region. Now, it's going to get higher, of course, as we work away a little bit closer overall. Let's see here. The Winding Creek coming in with a 5 gifted membership gift. Thank you so much. Winding Creek, thank you so much. That is really, really sweet of you, man. You definitely didn't have to do that. That helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. And of course, congrats to the people who got member. Thank you so much, my friend. That's very, very sweet of you. Big shout out goes to you, my friend. Thank you. Let's see here. Curious to know if the remains of Beryl may be in the form of enhanced precipitation rates across the lower Ohio Valley as a result of an interaction with the shortwave trough. Not sure, though. You know, we'll actually look at the models a little far out here to kind of observe that. So let's pull up the Con US here. So we work our way down in time. Okay, so yeah, that precipitation will be shot to the northeast, you know, possibly out there by the Ohio Valley. We do got a high ridge that will be in place up there across the Midwest that might even keep some of that precipitation down from some of those areas. Regarding that trough of that low that you're talking about there, yeah, we do have a low that develops out there kind of towards the Mid-Atlantic. According to GFS. Now, you know, yeah, one model can't obviously, you know, trust this completely. But when it comes to it, you know, that is a possibility overall. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, dude! The Winding Creek coming in with a $10 donation now? Are you serious? Dude! You did not have to do that. I'm literally blown away, man. Thank you so much, Winding Creek. Your whole name gets cut off for some reason here, but thank you so much for the Winding Creek. I think it's farm. I'm pretty sure, but thank you so much. That is like really, really sweet of you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate y'all's support, and like I said, just y'all don't have to do that. Y'all don't have to do that. Like I said, I'm here for you. I want to help you guys out, and but I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. I'm so happy to help. I'm a resident of Central Texas. Gotcha. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Once again, thank you so much. Also, Texas Lady coming up with a $5 donation as well. Dude, you guys are really sweet. Thank you so much. Y'all, Texas Lady, thank you. Saying thank you. No, thank you. I really appreciate that. That is really, really sweet of you. Like, wow, you guys, y'all are very sweet. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it, and it really does go a long way with helping me out. So thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. So, so moving on, we're gonna hop over here to the models regarding the hurricane. Now, I want to go ahead and let y'all know, give y'all a little bit of a disclaimer. You should not take one of these models as a forecast. Okay, you should take these models with a grain of salt, because these models, well, they're not perfect. That's what it boils down to. They're not perfect. They give you an idea of what things could look like, but you know, whenever it comes to like, you know, overall, whenever it comes to the overall, you know, system here, it's not guaranteed to play out this way. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the HWRF model. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you all another disclaimer. This model here is kind of like the worst case scenario model typically. I've seen some events where it plays out normal, but for sometimes this model can be known as like the worst case scenario model. But let's just go and work our way down in time. So as we work our way to the northwest over the 7th here, and basically, you know, up into the 8th. So like I said, this is going to be an impact here. The heaviest impacts are going to be felt there towards Texas for basically the early 8th. Now, according to the HWRF, it has a central low getting back down into the 960 millibar range. Now, what that means is that's a very strong low. And according to this model, whenever it comes to, you know, the winds and stuff like that. You know, this model wants there to be probably right around like Category 2, maybe low in Cat 3 strength, according to this model. I don't know if it's going to be that crazy. I'm not expecting any Category 3, but like I was mentioning earlier, I think a low-end Category 2 upon landfall is possible. Because it's already upper level Cat 1 as it approaches, you know, from the hurricane center. And, you know, given how it might have a little bit more room in those waters, if it continues moving north like we've been seeing, it might have a little bit more room to actually be able to be over the water. Therefore, could have some strengthening just off the coast. So, we'll see. Overall, we'll keep an eye out there for that. But that is one model. Like I said, you know, once again, take that with a grain of salt. You know, these models, they ain't perfect. Never will be, more than likely. But like I said, it's just kind of an idea. We'll look at other models as well. Let's see here. See, thanks for what you do. You're very welcome. See here, Winding Creek Farm of Texas. Well, once again, thank you so much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Will this affect Bandera, Texas? Let's see. Let me hop over here. We'll get into more models here in a minute, y'all. We'll get back into models. I just want to help you out here. No, this should be pretty far away from you. Now, you might get some rain out of it. You're just a little northwest of San Antonio. You might get a little bit of rain. Yeah, but not much at all. The overall forecast is showing maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's not a whole lot. You've seen a lot worse. So, but yeah, no, your impacts are going to be fairly low. The storm has been trending to your east quite recently. So, that's good. What impact should Houston expect from Beryl? So Houston, as of right now, should obviously be watching it. Now, the hurricane, as of now, it looks like that storm is going to be making landfall just south of Houston. So, with that being said, hurricane effects is unknown right now in Houston. Honestly, we'll probably see some tropical storm force winds. I do know for the bay out there, off the east coast of Houston, the bay does have a storm surge watch. So obviously, storm surge, you know, concerns is there. And if we hop on back over here, let me hop on over back to that one graphic here for y'all regarding storm surge. Yeah, so like I was mentioning, we are expecting the Galveston Bay. That's it. The Galveston Bay is expecting about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge out there. So there is a possibility that we could get some surges, you know, of 2 to 4 foot above sea level out there towards the Galveston Bay, which could be a bit of a problem. And right now, there's storm surge watches. These will eventually likely be upgraded into storm surge warnings overall. So we'll keep an eye out there for that, and we'll continue watching for any upgrades or downgrades potentially. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's the latest regarding that. But Houston, we'll probably see some tropical storm force winds, I'd have to say, overall, whenever it boils down to it, probably. But yeah, that's that. But we'll keep on watching as it approaches near you guys. And like I said, we'll be covering this here too, whenever the time gets to it. So whenever this thing actually makes landfall here for the early 8th, I'll be live. We'll definitely be live covering this here for you guys. Oh my gosh, dude. Winding Creek here, coming in with another donation, man. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, dude. That is like really, really sweet of you, man. Thank you so much, saying keep doing what you do. I don't plan on ever quitting, my friend. I want to be here to help keep y'all weather aware and updated across the U.S., and that's what I'm going to do. I've been doing it for a while. I don't plan on quitting. I'll quit whenever I literally can't get out of bed anymore. When I'm bedbound, that's when I'm going to quit. Actually, probably not. I'll just bring a laptop in my room. Why not? But yeah, I don't plan on quitting, my friend. Once again, thank you, dude, for your support. That is a very, very sweet of you. I deeply appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Timothy says, what about Converse, Louisiana? So Louisiana's not going to get impacted too much. The thing is for Louisiana here, let's hop on back here, and then we'll go back into some of those models here in a second, y'all. So the thing about Louisiana is, yeah, we could get a little bit of rain, actually quite a bit of rain. Now for your area, you're kind of, let's see here. You're kind of up there on the northwestern, kind of west central side, so you're out there just shy of Shreveport. So you're right around 4 to 6 inches of rain according to the latest rainfall projections here. You definitely could see quite a bit of rain out there. So I would say it's possible for 4 to 6, but I want to give you a little bit of a heads up and just know those rain totals are probably going to be all over the place for the next couple of days as we start to learn more from the system overall, especially with some dry air getting into the storm. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but a little bit of a dry air could be a problem for the storm, and honestly could definitely affect those overall totals. So, but yeah, as of now, 4 to 6 inches seems possible. So that's kind of what we can expect out there. But regarding the winds, it'll be a tropical depression by the time it reaches there. Reaches you guys, which, then the winds will be under like 40 miles an hour, so it'll be low. It won't be a problem. Those winds are going to be rapidly deteriorated by the time that they get to you overall. Let's see. Baytown will probably have some storm surge. Actually, all of Texas coast basically is going to have some form of storm surge. Yeah, absolutely. What about San Antonio? So San Antonio is expecting about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. Whenever it comes to it, San Antonio has a possibility of seeing tropical storm force winds as of right now. I'm going to hop you all back over here. We'll get into the models at some point, y'all. I promise you. So San Antonio, we're still in the cone, but the storm is likely going to pass to your east. But you're going to get probably some tropical storm force winds, I'd say, is a possibility overall. Let's see here. Roby says, thanks for the update, Andrew. I have to go check the water, the garden, and off to bed. Sounds good, Roby. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. All right, let's see here. I'm in Orange County area. Should I be worried? I'm not sure Orange County. I'm not familiar with counties in Texas, but I'll look up Orange County for you. Oh my gosh, Michael, dude, coming up with a $10 donation on Cashapp, my friend. Thank you so much, dude. Holy cow, dude. You guys are really sweet. Thank you so much. All right, here's Orange County. Yeah, so you're on the far eastern side. Okay, so your effects are going to be pretty limited. Your main concern is 4 to 6 inches of rain. As of now, of course. You're probably going to hold off from those winds for the most part. Dude, Michael, man, thank you so much, dude, for the $10. You are awesome, saying... always doing a good job, young man. Thank you so much, Michael. That is really, really sweet of you, dude. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are awesome. That's really, really sweet. Thank you so much. Like I said, y'all, that's greatly appreciated and all. You don't have to do that, but it really does help me out a lot. So thank you. You guys help make this possible. Deep appreciation to you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see here. What's the dry air look like? All right, so let's go ahead and get on the models. We're going to take a look here at the HMON next. So, yeah, remember, if y'all are just tuning in here, I'll do a quick little recap on the HWRF model run. So this one kind of showed a landfall maybe in the lower 970 millibar range, upper 960, which would put this thing right around an upper Cat 2, lower Cat 3, according to the HWRF. Once again, this is kind of like the one of the worst case scenario models. Regarding the dry air, so yeah, I did mention to you guys that would be a bit of an issue more than likely for the storm. So if you look on that southern side of the storm, you notice there's a bit of brown and tannish colors out there. That is showing that the atmosphere has relatively lower humidity throughout the atmosphere. Not just on the ground, but also like up, a big mixed humidity throughout the atmosphere. So the thing about tropical cyclones, or just weather in general, storms don't like dry air. They don't like forming in dry air. And so if that dry air gets caught up inside of your core of the storm, that is going to allow for one side of the storm to not really have any thunderstorm activity, which could ultimately allow for the storm to weaken a bit, which could be a bit of a problem. So, but yeah, regarding the storm here, according to this model, it doesn't have too much of an effect, but there is definitely some dry air to the south and southeast. And as we approach Texas there, the moisture doesn't seem to be too much of an issue, but there is a lot of moisture there is a lot of dry air still around that storm there. So we'll have to see. Now, some models take that a little more severe than others. Let's hop over to HMON now. This is one we haven't looked at. HMON, take this one a little bit more seriously. You can see more drier air just on the eastern side of the storm. That could prevent storms from firing off in this region, which, once again, could maybe destabilize just kind of overall hurt the main structure of the storm. But as we get close to Texas, as both models actually represent, wow, holy cow. This is actually pretty close to the HWRF, the other model we looked at. This one shows that low in the 970s as well. you know, still a good amount of moisture, but a lot of dry air on that southern side of the storm. Let's see here. Let's go and take a look at some of those winds. So according to this model, max winds get up to about 84 knots. So 84 knots. Let me do a conversion here for y'all to miles an hour. That way you guys can see what we're talking about. I'm sure a lot of y'all don't know knots, so I'll do that for you. So 84 knots, that would be about 96 miles an hour. That would make it a low-end Cat 2. So, I honestly believe that that's a possibility. I ain't gonna lie. I think a low-end Cat 2 is not off the table completely. I mean, the Hurricane Center already has this thing at basically an upper-level Category 1 upon landfall. Not to mention with the evolution of that northerly movement, according to the according to the models and stuff like that, how they've trended more north, it's going to give it a little bit more time to be in the water, which ultimately could be a bit of an issue here overall regarding this. Dude, Brian coming in here with a $12 donation on Cash App, man. Brian, thank you so much, dude. Dude, that is so sweet of you, dude. Thank you so much, Brian. You're awesome saying for weather. Thank you, man. Hey, Brian, if there's anything I can do for you, man, feel free to throw it in the chat here. I'll try my best to get to everybody's comments. You know, there's a lot of stuff we got to go over and everything, but I'm trying to keep up with everybody as well. But thank you, dude. That is really sweet of you, Brian. You did not have to do that, my friend. You did not have to do that. You are awesome, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Let me scroll up a little bit here. Texas says, yes, keep going. You're doing great at reporting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Icon rules on the storm, says Robert. Icon's not the best model for tracking the tropics all the time. Well, no model is always the best model, but we'll look at it, though. We'll look at it, too. It's obviously good to get as many opinions as possible. You don't want to be biased towards one model. You got to really look at all the models, regardless of what their reputation is. You got to take them all into consideration, and you kind of iron out what they disagree on, and you kind of, keep together what they agree on, essentially. Let's see. Smart and personality is wonderful. Thank you, Texas. I appreciate that, my friend. Watching your streams, easing my anxiety. That's what we're here for, man. We're not here to scare you. We're here to keep you updated, help keep you prepared and everything like that. So, but that's that. Let's see. You're welcome. How do you say your name? Dria? I'm so sorry. That's one thing you're going to learn about me if you're new to the channel. I'm terrible about pronunciations. Let's see here. Storm's well north of the cone. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit north. It is a little bit up north overall. Am I in Lakeland? I sure am. Let's see, I've been studying weather since I was 14. By the way, yeah, it's been a while. I've been studying since 2016. Yeah, 2016. I've been here for quite a while. Let's see here. Once again, thank you, Winding Creek. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see here. So the dry air is saving Grace prevents Beryl from getting stronger. That's what we're hoping for. Essentially, that's what we're hoping for. It does look like the models in general are having a concern for the storm regarding its moisture. Since it's pulled a little more north, though, I don't think the models are as aggressive on that overall, infiltration, that dry air getting in the storm there. I don't think it's as much of an issue, but yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be a limiting factor to the storm getting even stronger than we want it to be. We don't want this thing to be strong at all, but I mean, we're already at Cat 1. Hopefully it'll stay at that and it won't go up, but unfortunately, like I was saying, since it's been trending more north and having a little bit more time over water, could mean a little bit more strengthening, which I think could throw this in low-end Cat 2. Keep my word for this. I think a low-end Category 2 is possible. Upper Cat 1 is where it's at now, but I do think eventually this could trend into a lower Cat 2. So keep an eye on it. Keep on watching it. Let's see. Overbuilt says, just seen you're on, so I can learn the weather's doing. Thanks, no problem. Nelly says, new subscriber. Thank you for keeping us posted. You're very welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Saying, question, since it's moved north, what does that mean for Brownsville? Okay, so Brownsville, obviously, yeah, I know where Brownsville is. I'm familiar with that area down in southern Texas. So for you guys, you still have a hurricane watch. I still want you to be prepared for the storm out there. Let's go ahead and hop on down here. So towards Brownsville, let's see if we can actually zoom in a little bit. I forgot where Brownsville is. It's somewhere on that southern side. But yeah, so you guys are, is Brownsville over here? I know you got Starbase and everything like that out in this area here too. I know it's located in Brownsville. Brownsville is probably just not showing up on my map here. But anyways, yeah, you're still in hurricane watches. Hurricane conditions are possible down in time. You're definitely going to want to watch out for it. The good news, like I was explaining here, with the tropical system or non-tropical low, the left-hand side is what we call the clean side of a tropical system. So basically, the clean side is where it's a little bit more weaker. The right-hand side is typically the strongest. That's where you have your strongest winds. That's even where you have potential for tornadoes, is on the eastern side. Now, the clean side that you're probably going to stay on, if that system tracks to your north and northeast, that will allow for those winds to be maybe a little bit lower. Still, potentially hurricane force. I want to keep that in mind. But tornado probability would be pretty low, if any at all. So, but yeah, that really depends on the track and everything like that overall. So that's that. Now, whenever it comes to like the strength and stuff like that, as we approach there towards the region, this is going to be for basically the evening of the 7th, going into the early 8th. That's when the heaviest impacts are going to be. Whenever it comes to that point in time, we are expecting the storm to be in Category 1 strength, lower in Cat 1. Sustained winds, so constant winds of 80 miles an hour with gusts peaking up to 100 miles an hour. That'll be likely towards the core. Some of that will probably remain mostly offshore. You guys out here will probably be experiencing at least tropical storm force winds at this point in time. But hurricane force, I want to let that marinate the models for a little bit and kind of see how big that core, that hurricane wind field is going to be. We'll keep an eye on it. But as of now, it seems like it is trending a little bit more to your north, which could be good. One thing for you, though, you're still likely going to see a good amount of rainfall. 2 to 4 inches as of right now. You're near 4 to 6, which is a good amount of rain. But like I mentioned, you guys really need it out there. It's been very, very dry, very dry. Here's the latest, the rainfall projections, from the Weather Prediction Center here. This is like the latest overall outlook here regarding rainfall. You can see the table on the right here. So, areas out there near like Corpus Christi and some of those regions out there, we could see a good amount, pretty significant amount of 6 to 8 inches possible. Houston's nearby as well. A lot of eastern Texas is going to easily be in the 4 to 6 inch range. But whenever it comes to it, there's a lot of these areas that are in orange, which could see maybe 6 to 8. So a little bit more rainfall could be possible out there. We'll see. Let's see here. All right, we're going to go ahead and look up here. I trust this 22-year-old more than the doctors and meteorologists. I thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not like I just decide I'm going to be a weatherman one day. I have a lot of history with weather, so you don't got to worry. What I'm telling you is true, and it's official sources as well, like from the Hurricane Center and stuff like that. And not to mention, looking at all the graphics and taking everything into consideration, unlike some people fail to do. I do take everything in consideration. And it's obviously, that's the way you got to do it. You got to iron out what they agree on, or sorry, you got to throw away what they disagree on, the models and stuff, and you got to put together what they do agree on overall. And that'll get you far in weather. It will. Let's see. Got me there for a second. Had me thinking it was already a Cat 1. No. She's an upper level tropical storm right now. Here, let's take a look at her. Here's the latest satellite imagery. So it finally crossed off the Yucatan Peninsula. Our central low, it's a little hard to tell. I think our central low is right here. Pretty sure it's right in that little area. You can kind of see a little bit of a swirl right there. So that's right around where our low is. So with the storm, you can see right now, it's struggling. It doesn't look as well defined as it did earlier. All that convection, all that storm activity has basically been a lot depleted. The north and northeastern quadrant there, you can see there's a lot of storm activity going on there. Same thing for actually even the west. We have a little bit of activity out there as well. But you can see right there on that south side, it's pretty calm. Or I wouldn't say calm, but there's not much thunderstorm activity out there. So, that's a little bit of a concerning thing. But The storm is expected to build up some steam as it works its way to the northwest over those warm waters and stuff like that. You know, like I was mentioning, there could be some problems with dry air getting into the bottom of the storm there, which could, you know, prevent, completely organized activity from happening. But yeah, we'll definitely watch out for it. Let's see. Texas lady says, thank you, no problem. Will it come to Baton Rouge? No. Honestly, like I said, Louisiana in general, the main thing you guys are going to get out of this is just rain. You know, a lot of the central western sides could see 2 to 4. Let me go and hop on back over there real quickly. Yeah, I mean, you can see that, you know, out there towards, obviously, Louisiana, you know, the central side, 2 to 4. You're out there in the eastern side, so you're expecting a little bit less. New Orleans is around 2 to 4. Baton Rouge would be right around 1 to 2, according to the latest outlook here. So impact-wise, you're not going to feel too much winds out of this. I mean, it could get a little breezy, of course, as any tropical system swinging nearby relatively could have a little bit of a breezy conditions out there, but mostly it's going to be relatively just relatively a rain concern for you. And even then, like I said, you know, 1 to 2 inches isn't a whole lot. You know, you've seen a lot worse earlier this year. We've had a lot of rain down there earlier this year, and this is nothing compared to it. This won't be much of an issue for you guys at all. This is mostly just a problem for places out there towards like Texas in general, mostly like the central and eastern side. You're really very welcome, Nelly. See, 8 years experience is what he has. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. See here, ain't got no gas in it. Yeah, I mean right now she's struggling for sure, but she's gonna pick up again, unfortunately. Let's see, Winding Creek, dude, coming in with another donation, $5, dude. Thank you so much, man. That is really sweet of you, dude. Dude, you did not have to do that. You don't have to donate to us and all. Like I said, it really helps me out a lot. I'm very thankful for it. But like I said, you don't gotta waste your money on us. Thank you so much, though. It's very sweet of you. That's much appreciated. Big thank you, my friend. That'll definitely help me out a lot. Thank you for your support. Let's see how I feel about the blob that's separated from the storm system tray. You're talking about here. This area of convection up here, it's still associated with that cyclonic low. So it's still a part of the main system is what I'm saying here. Yeah, so the whole system here, she's rotating counterclockwise. This is just a part of the outer band. This is not a whole new storm, by the way. You know, there's no chance of this thing developing into a separate storm. No. I've heard somebody else say that earlier, but no, it's not going to happen. It's going to remain one storm overall. Let's see. At least. Sorry. Texas says a blob is just where moisture is at in the warm water. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's where we have some convection occurring. That's just thunderstorm activity. It's still a part of the main system, though. Yeah. Let's see. At least Louisiana will avoid hurricane. Oh yeah. No, Louisiana's not going to see anything hurricane related. From as of what we're seeing right now, yeah, this thing's going to remain just far to the west. Once again, we are expecting landfall to be somewhere in this region here overall. Yeah, mostly in that area, which would be far away from Louisiana. Now, I mean, we'll continue watching it, but like I was mentioning, Louisiana, that's y'all's main concern is just going to be out there for like, you know, your main concern is just going to be out there mostly for rainfall on that western side. You know, possibly 4 to 6 inches of rain is possible overall. So that's that. Let's see here. I'd rather help you if possible. Thank you. I really do. I really do appreciate it, my friend. Like, I deeply appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, my friend. You are awesome, and that really has helped me out a lot more than you think. So thank you so much. It's not going to turn and go to Louisiana, Terry. No, it'll likely stay around the Texas coast here. It's been trending here. Let me pull up the spaghetti models. Y'all know the spaghetti models? I'm sure y'all know and love them. Any coastal area knows what the spaghetti models are. So here's the spaghetti models. Most of them have this thing just slamming its way into coastal Texas. Right there near Corpus Christi is probably where we're going to be seeing landfall overall. Roland, or is it Rollin or Roland? Thank you so much, dude, coming in with a $5 donation. You guys and your donations today, man. You all are so sweet. I deeply appreciate y'all's support, dude. Roland, thank you so much, man, for the 5, saying good job. Thank you. I really deeply appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much, my friend. That is really sweet of you. Thank you all, seriously, for your donations, and obviously just for just even hanging out with us, you know. I don't ask for much. All I ask for is just, y'all, be weather aware, be prepared, and all that stuff. And I'm going to always be here to help y'all out whenever it comes to, you know, forecasting and, you know, just preparing you guys in general. But seriously, extra thank you, seriously, to the supporters. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. Let's see here. Would be a feeder band if the central pressure was lower. It's at 996, I think, as of now. The last update. Here, let me confirm that. Latest NHC update here. Yeah, we had the 11 p.m. Eastern advisory just got issued. Yeah, it's 996 right now. So that central low is at 996. It's sustained winds at 60. So it's an upper level tropical storm right now. And it's up to strengthen back up to 90 miles an hour, sustained by the time we get to landfall here. You can see right there, wind speed's 90, so that's constant winds of 90 towards that eye wall. Once we get towards Texas here, and of course, you know, maximum wind gusts, you know, we're peaking up to 115 miles an hour. So we're going to be gusted pretty heavily out there. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to go rest. I don't think this will be too terrible. Thanks again. You're very welcome, my friend. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that, all your support. So thank you so much. You're awesome, dude. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Let's see here. If you put in the wrong, let's see here. Wait, talking about spaghetti models. Yeah, so they've really kind of targeted the east central coast out there. You know, they're towards just slightly north of Corpus Christi is where the most probable area of landfall is going to be, and it's going to really stick to the eastern side overall. We're going to have some of those winds also getting up into the eastern side, but mostly rain for those areas up in like northeastern, like Dallas areas. I don't even know how much y'all are expecting. Let's see. Oh yeah, Dallas isn't going to be affected too much by rain. You know, maybe 1-2 inches or so. Not a whole lot. And then 4 to 6 throughout the yellow areas there. So yeah, 4 to 6 inches of rainfall out there on that eastern side, and then 6 to 8 there in a few little localized spots out there in the orange. So that is possible. Let's see here. Michael says, I live in Denver. Should I head to ski resorts and ski down the flooded mountains for safety? No, obviously not. That would not be a good thing to do. Let's see here. Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana's just going to get rain mostly. Yeah, just a little bit of rain. You know, like I was mentioning here. The more west you go, essentially, the more rain potential you got. That western side, we got 4 to 6 inches, and that central side, you know, 2 to 4. Eastern side, 1 to 2. So, yeah, not a whole lot there on the eastern side. New Orleans could see 2 to 4. Overall, Lake Charles could see 2 to 4 as well. Shreveport, yeah, 4 to 6 is kind of in the overall view. So, yeah, there's gonna be a good amount overall. There's gonna be a good amount of overall. Rain out of that system, but that's going to be for mostly the eastern side of Texas and all. Anyways, y'all, all right, let's go and hop on back over to the models. We're going to take a look at those ones we didn't look at. So we looked at the HWRF, and here, let's hop on back over here. We looked at the HWRF model run, and we looked at the HMON. So let's pull up the HAFSA. This is another model run here. This model overall kind of takes like best case scenario, well, up there until the end. Takes like a best case scenario, kind of shows the thing just remaining right around tropical storm force. Having that, yeah, those max winds around 50 knots or so, that would put it probably in upper tropical storm force. 50 knots, that would be under hurricane force, yes. So that would be under hurricane force. This one has it making landfall there. Let's see, that's slightly north of Corpus Christi. Yeah, that's a good way north of Corpus Christi, I believe. That's out there towards the Matagorda Bay area. Yeah, kind of Matagorda Bay, according to that model. Is where that shows that system making landfall, according to this model here. But yeah, this one keeps it relatively low end. Now the HAFSB, I've always noticed, takes this thing a little bit more serious. Usually, this model, yeah, it kind of agrees with A, actually. Max winds upon landfall 60 knots. 60 knots. Let's do the conversion here. 60 knots would be, let's see, 69 miles an hour. So yeah, just shy of Cat 1, about 5 mile an hour shy. So, yeah, upper level tropical storm according to this model here. I think, let's see. I think that main problem is going to be dry air. Yes, yeah, look at that. So according to this model, you can really see all that brownish tan color in it. So that's a lot of dry air. That's a lot of problems. So storms, they don't really fire. Storms don't really fire in a dry environment, essentially. So you really need a lot of moisture, and we have a lot of moisture on the northern and northwestern side of the storm. While the southern side here is, like I said, the southern side is going to be pretty dry for the most part. So, you know, when it comes down to it, whenever it comes down to it, that could be a big limiting factor overall to the storm's overall performance. Now, it does seem like those conditions do improve with the models as we approach southern Texas or central or southern Texas overall. It does seem like the storm gets a hold of more moisture on the eastern side of the storm, which will allow for convection to really start occurring, which we could have some quick rapid intensification just before we make landfall here. It's possible. It is possible. And like I was mentioning, you know, since we've had more of a northern trajectory compared to previous outlooks and model runs and stuff, that gives it a little bit more time to be in those open waters, which could allow for maybe a little bit more of a bump in strength here than what we previously thought. And that's what leads me to believe maybe lower end Cat 2 strength upon landfall can't be ruled out. I think it's possible. Right now we're kind of set in a upper level Category 1 strength, but I think we have potential for lower Cat 2 strength overall. Could it rapidly intensify before land? This is what I was just talking about. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, when it comes to it, Trey, I do think that just before we get to the coast, I think we could have a bit of intensification. Once again, I think low end Cat 2, upper Cat 1 is where we're going to stand on this system here. As of now, obviously if that dry air wasn't there, it might get a little stronger, but the dry air is there overall. So I think that's going to be a problem with that storm in general. It's going to be mostly dry air and stuff. Let's see here, but yeah, so that's the HAFSB model. We got the GFS, which is not the best hurricane model, but it does the job. Showing a 982 millibar low upon landfall there. It does show enough moisture, but there's a lot of dry air around it. You can see in the brownish tan colors. Let's see here, big blob. That's what it is, really. Just a big old blob. Let's see. Let me look at those lower level dynamics here. 56 knots. So, yeah, according to GFS, it'd stay up in either upper tropical storm force or lower Cat 1. I think it's... this model is showing more of a tropical storm. Upper level tropical storm. Let's see. Euro. ECMWF here. Oh, wow. Yeah, Euro takes a really different approach. Look at that. So, European model here shows... this thing making landfall up there just north of the Matagorda Bay. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Yeah, this one actually gets a little closer to Houston, actually. European model. But this is kind of an outcast. This actually goes right over Houston, according to the model. Kind of an outcast model because the other models disagree on that. And that's what I was telling you guys earlier. The thing is, man, is that you get, in meteorology, when model browsing, you need to look at what the models agree on and what they disagree on. What they disagree on, you can throw that away because that's not going to be any helpful information. When it comes to what they agree on, though, that's what you keep, and that's what you compare with the models. If they agree on the system going one area, while one model shows it going a completely other, we can basically rule out that other model that shows it going somewhere else, because the main set of models agrees on it being further south. Therefore, more than likely, this will be a lot further south. So, than this model presents, but Euro shows this thing getting down in 976 millibar zone, maybe lower in Cat 1, lower maybe mid in Cat 1 at that point. So it's interesting. We'll have to see. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, and obviously we'll keep y'all updated. Do they have any missions going on? They do. Wow. Matter of fact, they just finished one a little bit ago, but they have another mission going on now. Oh wow, yeah, they're trying to. Well, they found the low. See, 998 millibars. That's pretty high. That's pretty high pressure compared to what it was. Shoot, that thing is, yeah, she's struggling really bad right now. Beryl is definitely struggling quite a lot right now. But yeah, you can see that pressure down to 998 on that last. Is that the last, or I'm not sure. It's hard to tell which one was the last, but. Yeah, 998, 999, essentially. So regardless, upper 90 millibar pressure, which that's a rapidly strengthened low out there. But yeah, she's back down to tropical storm status. She's also slowed down quite a bit as well. She's really slowed down quite a bit here. As you can see, at one point it was moving to the west northwest around 20. I think it was 22 miles an hour, 20 or 22 overall, is what it was at. But she's all the way down to 13, so she's moving a lot slower now. Which, I mean, could be a problem because it sits over an area of water for a longer period of time, which could, if she slows down, that means it has more time in the water, which could be a bit of a problem overall. Oh my gosh, dude! No way! Winding Creek, dude, coming in with a $50 donation. Are you serious, dude? I am literally speechless, my friend. Holy cow. Okay, first of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart, my friend. You are awesome. You are really awesome. That is, like, really sweet of you. Saying, keep doing what you do. I certainly will, my friend. Thank you seriously so much. You're amazing. Thank you for the support. You are awesome. Like I said, I'm literally just kind of lost for words right now, honestly. Thank you for the 50. Like, holy cow, dude. That is just, wow. Wow. That is awesome. Once again, Winding, thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. That is that is really, really sweet of you. You certainly didn't have to do that. Like I said, I just appreciate you being here. I don't ask for much. I never do. And seriously, that is very generous of you. That is very, very generous. Thank you so much, Winding. You're awesome, my friend. Big, big thank you. And if there's anything I can do for you, please, without any hesitation, let me know, okay? And I will definitely be here to help you out. If there's anything you want me to take a look at, I will gladly do that. But thank you so much. That is like, wow. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. See, what's up, Legacy? Hope you're doing good. Wow, dude. I'm just blown away. Let's see here. What's up? Wizzle, hope you're doing good, my friend. Wow. I can't get over that. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Amy says, do I think that Austin will get high winds? I'm coming in late. My apologies if you already addressed the Austin area. No, you're good. You're good, Amy. Like I said, don't expect you to be here on the dot as soon as I stream. I don't expect that. Of course. So for Austin, the good news is that you guys are inland. You're not going to see any hurricane force winds. I'll gladly tell you that. So Austin's over here. At this point in time, you might get some winds. You could potentially see maybe some tropical storm force wind gusts potentially. Once these systems roll inland, that is whenever essentially that's whenever the storm essentially weakens quite significantly. I think your main problem though regarding this system here overall, let's see, let me go ahead and hop on back here. Austin's not shown on the map here, but it's right there in the territory of 4 to 6 inches. That's could cause some flooding. There's a bit of a flooding concern overall. But yeah, regarding the winds, it's not going to be anything hurricane force for Austin, so you should be good with that. If anything, if anything, gusts in the tropical storm force realm. So I want to support the good content. Thank you so much, dude. Let's see here. See, I am Brian. I would love to see you keep doing what you do. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, man. That is beyond generous of you. Thank you. Seriously, I like I said, dude, I'm just blown away, man. That's just amazing. You definitely made my night. You sure did, man. Thank you so much. Let's see, tornado threat possibly. Yeah, so on the eastern side of a cyclone, tropical or non-tropical low. So the eastern side, like I said, that's what we call the dirty side of the storm. This is the clean side on the left-hand side. So the eastern side, that's where you have your strongest winds, not just at your surface, but also your upper level winds too. So for tornadic activity, you need those winds changing directions rapidly with altitude. So the higher you go up, you need those winds to be changing quite aggressively, and you also need those winds to increase. And that's what cyclones do on the eastern side. It's also where a lot of your energy, we call it CAPE, which is convective available potential energy. It doesn't become energy, kinetic energy, until it's already, overall, already in place. So potential energy is energy that could be basically moved into kinetic energy. So potential energy is before it actually turns into energy. It's the best I can explain it. But anyways, yeah, so that's where all of your energy's at. That's where your strongest winds, and that's where the greatest potential for tornadic activity overall. So that's that, my friend. That is that overall. You're welcome, Amy. No problem. See, if my farm gets flooded, I will put it on my channel, but hopefully we won't see much. Yeah, I hope you don't get flooded. I know how important it is for farms to get the rain, because I grew up in Virginia, so it's, I know, I didn't grow up on a farm, but I grew up, a lot of my friends had farms, and we did have a garden, pretty decent sized garden, so we'd rely on the rain, but, you need it, but when it comes to it, too much could be devastating as much as no rain at all. I get it. But yeah, so like I said, yeah, of course, if there's anything you have, any question you have throughout, not just this system, but any other future event, like severe weather I also cover too, I'll be here for you. I'll be here, and I'll be more than glad to help you out with any questions you might have. But once again, seriously, dude, thank you for your support. You're awesome, man. How likely do I think that Houston could get a direct hit? I've seen more recent updates agreeing that the storm will go to a point even more to the east. So Houston, I still believe it's going to remain to the west. That cone is narrowing. The models are they did trend a little bit upwards to the north, but when it comes to it here, overall, I think that's kind of unlikely at this point in time. Now, Houston, regardless, is going to get some heavy impacts from the system. Mostly with rain. Obviously, winds are going to be pretty strong up there, too. And also for the Galveston Bay, we do have storm surge watches. Hurricane watches go all the way as far up north as Freeport and Lake Jackson area. Up there just south of Houston. So we'll keep an eye on it. The next couple of days, we'll keep you updated on that overall. And if any new information comes through, we'll let you know. Let's see, the Winding Creek Farm Texas support chip. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, my friend. And I'll do the best I can to help you out if you have any questions. But once again, thank you seriously for all your support, my friend. Am I going to stay live for the next advisory? I don't think the next advisory comes out for another hour. I don't think so. We've already been live for an hour. It's getting a little late over here, but I don't think I'm going to be live for another hour, so probably not. I'll just keep on going until it becomes a good time to call it an end. But right now we're good. I don't plan on ending right now, essentially, but I don't think I'll be live for another hour or so. Let's see. Yeah, so potential energy is just potential energy. Energy before it's actually there. Let's see here. Last storm about a week ago, supposed to hit, got overnights, 3 in the afternoon. Let's see. Had big branches down my... Wow, dude. I'm glad to see you're all right, Nikki. That is crazy. I know you and your crazy storms you've gotten in the past. Absolutely. Majority of the models have shown a sizable southern bias that's not been consistent and relatively even with the 24-hour period. Yeah, I mean, it's not just like spaghetti models and stuff like that, but it's also like your HWRF. I think HWRF is a listed spaghetti model plot if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the majority of the models, I agree with what they say. Honestly, I mean, yeah, they do change. Right now, the greatest potential is going to be out there towards the central side of Texas coast. Now, trends is very important as well, and we have been seeing a trend where the storm has been moving more north. But the thing is will it keep on doing that? That we don't know, so I'm just going to keep it on the latest models, and what the latest models show us, I'll explain. Unless there's a significant change in the models on the next run, then I'll address it. So every model run will address what it shows, essentially. Let's see here. I think tomorrow we'll see a shift in the east again. We'll see, Arthur. We'll keep an eye on it. I mean, if it does, like I said, I'll address it. I'll let you know. But for right now, it seems like the landfall is going to be between Corpus Christi and Houston. Let's see here. Please give us an update on Sunday evening to let us know what you think will happen. You want me to do an update for Sunday evening, or do you want to wait until Sunday evening to give you an update? I'll do both if you want me to. Yeah, just let me know where you want me to do an update, and we'll what area to do an update in, and we'll do it for you. Of course, no problem. Can I check the icon? Icon's quite an icon, isn't it? But yeah, I got you. Yeah, let's look at icon. Icon, like I said, has been known to not really be the most accurate model. Should not solely trust a forecast off of one model. I will definitely tell you that. But yeah, let me pull up the Western Atlantic maybe. Yeah, that'll do. So we work way down in time. So yeah, Icon shows this thing going right up near Houston. Was that a 968 millibar low? Kind of gets covered by that ISO bar there. Yeah, kind of shows maybe lower 970s, upper 960s upon landfall there near Houston. That's an outcast. That's an outcast model. Like I said, not all models. Matter of fact, that's like the only model that I see really doing that. Euro has it hitting Houston similar to this track here. That's certainly possible. Euro does have that. It apparently does a really sharp turn to the north once it just gets off the coast there of Texas overall. Yeah, I don't think this is a quite likely scenario personally, but yeah, whenever it comes to it, we'll keep an update. But yeah, the majority of the models have it going further west and a little bit weaker. Let's see, how far do I predict that we'll feel the effects from this hurricane? Like the areas that'll feel it. It depends. I mean, the hurricane force wind field is it's not super large. Matter of fact, let me pull up the HWRF model here. Yeah, so your hurricane force winds, once again, it comes down to what model you look at and which one that, the more than likely scenario. But yeah, the hurricane force winds would be roughly felt within that area there. Actually, sorry, mostly in the reddish color. That's where we have like 60 plus knots, near low end Cat 1 hurricane strength out there. So it's a good little donut regarding the overall like I said, regarding the overall hurricane strength and stuff like that. But that comes down to a lot of factors. I can't really tell you for now, but all you need to know is that right now these areas have a hurricane watch. Okay, so if you're in the coast all the way from Brownsville up to areas just shy south of Houston, just south of the Galveston Bay, those areas are under hurricane watches. Okay, so that's where hurricane conditions is possible with time. Those are the areas that to expect hurricane conditions being possible. So anywhere else, I mean, obviously, as this thing digs inland, those hurricane winds are not going to last long at all. Just considering, once it rolls inland, once it has that interaction with land and it gets taken out of the warm water, these things rapidly deteriorate, in which that will be a given. So most of the hurricane winds are going to be felt there near the coast, maybe a little bit inland, a little bit. But yeah, once you get up into like the deep state here on the eastern side, that's whenever this thing will be right around tropical storm force overall. Let's see. I thought it was supposed to be here next week. We are expecting landfall to be for the morning of the 8th. Morning of the 8th. So today is Saturday now, 6th. So it'll be from Monday. So yeah, next week. Early Monday. What a way to start off a work week. What a day, man. What a day. Start off a week, starting off fresh with a nice hurricane. Yeah, but people are going to be called out for sure with the storm here. I know this website called Ventusky. I've used it a long time ago. I don't use it much. Got some attention where it shows direct Houston hit. You're probably looking at the icon model. It's been pretty accurate throughout the years. I mean, like I said, it comes down to it. Models, they have their moments. Some models are accurate during some events, while other models are not. So, with that being said, like I said, the best thing to do is to grab all model opinions, throw out what they don't agree on, and keep what they do agree on. And like I said, if you have a model that shows a completely different outcome than the majority of your models, well, at that point, it's like I said, you kind of got to rule it out overall. Let's see. I appreciate what you do, man. You've studied for years to learn this. I have. Typically, whenever your average kid would play video games and stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did play some games when I was a kid. Everybody does, but a lot of my personal time was either reading articles about weather, how to forecast weather, looking at weather service forecasts and the weather models and kind of everything, and talking to meteorologists. I have quite a few meteorologists as friends that I've gone to whenever I was learning. I've even taken some classes, non-college courses, but some classes on meteorology. So, I've been doing this for a while, and I have a little bit of experience of it. A lot of my life I've been doing this. Let's see here, 8 years. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. What's up, David? Saying good night from Jamaica. Good night, my friend. Hope everything's okay over there. David, you doing good? I know Jamaica got hit pretty hard by that hurricane. We did that coverage on it. It's pretty brutal out there. Same thing for the Leeward Islands. The Leeward Islands there. Legacy says I play video games a lot. Well, yeah. I mean, I did too growing up. But like I said, a lot of my also free time was studying weather too. So you don't need a degree to be an expert. I agree with that. David, Jamaica's looking good. There's no other tropical cyclone expected in the next 5 days. So David, you're fine. Let me do a deep overview real quickly of the tropics, not just regarding Beryl, but also just the Atlantic in general regarding this event. Regarding future events. So let's go ahead and hop on over there right now. So whenever it comes to it here, we work our way down in time. We have that high pressure out there that builds, or obviously we have a big dome of high pressure in the Atlantic. That's gonna, if we had any tropical wave, that would essentially steer them to the west. in the MDR, the main development region, any tropical wave would go west. But here's the thing, though. There's no tropical waves. There's no tropical waves. That's good. That's good. That means things are going to be coming pretty calm. Now, the thing is, and the reason I think there's not much activity regarding tropics in the future is a lot of dust. The Saharan dust. I was looking at CAMS. It's a weather model. There's a lot of Saharan dust that is in the MDR, the main development region, like I said. There is a lot of dust, and dust really affects how those storms develop. And overall, due to dust, I don't think we're going to have any systems soon. So after Beryl, at least for a week or so, I'm hoping we won't have anything. So hopefully we'll be clear on the tropics after this. We definitely need a break, man. We need a break. It's been pretty active in the tropics lately. We finally had a big kick in the tropics, especially with Beryl. You know, the first hurricane of the season, man, coming to Cat 5 at one point as it passed through the Lesser Antilles. That was not on my playing cards. I was not expecting all that. I don't think anybody was. Even the models wasn't picking up on that. Just crazy. But it makes sense, though. I mean, just given that in that environment, there was perfect conditions. You know, there was warm enough waters, 28 Celsius or 29 Celsius, which is plentiful. So very warm waters. Of course, we had a lot of moisture out there towards the equator, got sucked in to that storm. Not to mention wind shear. You know, there was no winds, really. It was very calm across the waters. So that really allowed for the storm to organize itself quite a bit. Always found weather interesting. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I started following much closer after EF4 tornado hit about 1 mile from where I was, March 3rd, 2020. Wow, Legacy. Glad you're all right, my friend. Did I see your question? I did not, Nikki. What is your question states? I see your deleted messages. Oh, Nightbot deleted it, I think. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I see your comment here. I haven't seen winds out of control since the tornado was off the chain. Wasn't expecting that power. Are we going to have any chicken nuggets or donuts soon here? Nikki, no, you're good. Regarding like severe weather and stuff, even that realm, it's not super active in the U.S. Taking a minute to look at the severe weather. We got a little marginal today. Nothing interesting really. Just 2 little marginals. Tomorrow, which will be later on today, being Saturday, we do got a slight risk. Level 2 threat for Nebraska, Kansas, a little bit of Oklahoma's coast. Or sorry, gosh, I'm so used to talking about tropics. I said coast. A little bit of Panhandle. That's what I was looking for. A little bit of the Oklahoma Panhandle, a little bit of eastern Colorado too. Let's see here. No tornadoes today though, so there's not going to be needing any coverage for severe weather today. A little bit of gusty winds, some hail though. You know, we do have a hatch risk. You know, that area out there in the black could show maybe 2-inch hailstones or larger. 15% chance across the yellow, 5 across the brown. Damaging winds, 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts possible out there in the yellow. Nothing too big. Slight risk, typical for this time of the year. When it comes to Sunday, we got ourselves a slight risk across Oklahoma, as well as Kansas there too. There is no breakdown regarding it right now. So, like regarding the probabilities of the breakdown between tornado activity and damaging winds and stuff like that. There's no breakdown quite yet for Sunday, but as it gets closer, I'm sure we'll mention it in future updates. But anyways, that's that. So once again, y'all, here's the latest look at the storm. Y'all can see it. She's struggling. She really is, man. She's not doing so hot. There's your low right in here. She is. We got that counterclockwise spin to it. A lot of convection up in the northeastern quadrant. A little bit to the west as well here. She's trying to get herself together. She's trying to gather herself together and get organized again. Which she likely will, by the time we get to the Texas coast. Let's see here. You're welcome, David. No problem. If it's not too much trouble, could you tell me what Madisonville, Texas? Not a problem at all, my friend. You have done so much to help me out. That's the least I could do. I have no problem at all doing that for you. Let's see here. Let me pull up Madisonville, Texas. Okay, so yeah, you're in the cone. You're kind of in the middle there. But the storm will likely be at what we call a tropical depression at that point. It'll regarding winds and stuff like that. Yeah, you could have some gusts. Maybe 35 miles an hour. Maybe a little higher. We'll see. We kind of need to narrow that down the closer we get to landfall here. But there could be some tropical storm wind gusts out there, but a lot of the winds are going to be depleted once it hits to your south. It boils down to the thing with the rain, like we were talking about here overall. Given that you're just slightly northwest of Houston, you're roughly in this territory here. So you're right between 4 to 6 or 6 to 8. There's some local areas that could see 6 to 8 inches in that orange, and then 4 to 6 across the yellow. You're in the mostly the 4 to 6 inch range. It's kind of hard to tell because there's no other listings on there. But mostly, yeah, you're right in this area. But I would expect at least 4 to 6 inches of rainfall as of now. So yeah, good amounts of rain. Good amounts of rain is your main thing. And I know it's been dry. I know it's been very dry out there for a lot of you folks out there in Texas. Big drought going on. And like I said, this will be very good for y'all to help ease those drought conditions for one. But also, the problem is like I was saying, whenever you introduce a lot of rain to a place that hasn't seen much rain, the ground becomes very dry, as you may know. And whenever you get a little bit of rain, it clogs. The ground cannot soak up the water as efficiently as it could if there was not a drought. So when you introduce a lot of rain, the top of the ground clogs and basically allows for the rain to flood the areas. So that's one thing I think you could have an issue with, is maybe some flooding. Because the rain will be falling quicker and accumulating quicker than the rain can seep and essentially absorb. So flooding, that goes for a lot of Texas, a lot of southern and eastern Texas. I think you guys will have a flooding concern overall. So, but anyways, thanks so much. My family will survive this. You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. Like I said, y'all have seen much worse. I don't know if you were there during Harvey. This was 2017, I think. 2017 was Harvey. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure 17 was Harvey. This is nothing even comparing to that storm. This is a much lighter storm. You've seen, you being there, up there in eastern Texas, you've seen a lot more worse storms in the past. Harvey was 2017. Thank you, Roland. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so 2017. That storm was terrible. It sat over by Houston and just didn't move. And it just plummeted the area with rain and wind. Harvey was one of the worst storms out there. But this is nothing to compare to it. I can assure you that. Let's see. I'm in a marginal flooding for this. Got you, Legacy. Stay safe, my friend. Thank you, Andrew. You're very welcome, Nikki. No problem. Let's see here. See, yes, my farm was devastated. We lost all of our crops. That's a farmer's worst nightmare. That is a farmer's worst nightmare. We lost 2 barns. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm really sorry, man. That's so frustrating. Well, at least it's in the past. I'm sure hopefully you've recovered from that. Like I said, losing your crops for a season, that's terrible for any farmer. That could really throw you under the bus. I understand that. But the good news, like I said, with this system, no, it's not going to be anything to compare, really. So you should be good. Harvey knocked out my power. I knocked out a lot of people's power. Power lines were utter gone across some of those coasts out there. They just ceased to exist anymore. Let's see. What about Paris, Texas? Let's see. I love how the first thing that popped was France. Okay, so yeah, you're way up north. You're not going to get any really devastating winds or anything like that. So up there in the northeastern side, you're even north of Dallas. You're you're in the cone, but you're going to get, the storm's going to be not even a tropical storm by the time it reaches you. There's going to be some concerns of rain out there. So up there for your region, you know, you could see, where are you at? Are you... Okay, so you're in the 2 to 4 inch rain zone. As of the latest rainfall outlook, you can expect about maybe 2 to 4 inches of rain overall. That's kind of what I'd expect. So yeah, that's what I would go off of. But regarding winds and stuff like that, you know, you are in a cone, but it's going to be a tropical depression at that point. By the time it's even still way to your south, it's going to be having sustained winds of 30 with gusts up to 40. It's going to be completely gone by the time. The rain's going to be there, but the wind field is going to be completely devastated. Yeah, it's going to be completely devastated by that point in time. Let's see, when's the next update? They do it every 3 hours. I think 11 p.m. was our last one. Probably 2 a.m. is our next update, I think. Which I'm not going to be live for. I'm going to be in bed snoozing probably. It's a little bit too late for Tropic update. But yeah, tomorrow, when it comes to it, tomorrow afternoon, like I typically been doing, we'll do another update for you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, early tomorrow afternoon, maybe 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern, maybe 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern time, we'll do another Tropic update for you. And of course, tomorrow evening, around the same time, maybe like 11, maybe anywhere from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. That'll be from 8 to 10 Central for you guys out there. We'll do an update for y'all. Oh, dude, man. Winding coming in with another 5 gifted memberships, dude. Oh my gosh, man. Holy cow. Man, you do not have to do all that. Seriously. Thank you so much, dude. That is awesome, Winding. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. So, brother of Caden, Scott, Beth, let's see, Olympics and Tabletop. Congrats, y'all. Thank you once again, Winding. Thank you so much for that support. That's awesome. Very, very generous of you. Very, very sweet. Thank you so much. What's up, Samuel? Hope you're doing good. Winding says enjoy. Thank you. That'll help pay the bills for sure. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. But also, congrats to the people who's... you know what? I'll even match that. I'll even match it. Because I'm also very... I want you all to enjoy your memberships. So I'm going to match them. I'm doing 5 as well. There you go, y'all. But anyways, but yeah, so like I said, that's the latest, regarding the system. This is the latest satellite imagery and stuff like that. I think we're going to head off here in about 10 minutes, maybe. Yeah, I feel like I've already got everything I needed to talk about the system. At this point, we're just kind of going over some of the things we've already gone over, which is good. So if y'all have just tuning in, feel free to rewind to the beginning of the live stream. We'll go over basically everything you really need to. But yeah, no problem. Like I said, I'm glad to be here to help y'all out and stuff like that. And once again, tonight's person of the night definitely goes to Brian. Thank you so much, dude. I highly appreciate that, man. That is just so sweet of you for all your support. That is amazing. Let's see. Hurricane Gulf or Mexico meet at Texas or Louisiana. Huh? Samuel, this is not going to be landfall for either Louisiana or Mississippi. So, whenever it comes to it, yeah, so it's going to be making landfall in Texas. We've already kind of figured that out. So out there for the central southern coast is where we are expecting landfall. We've been seeing a little bit of a trend to the north lately. We'll continue to see if that's going to be still be the case like tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, tomorrow afternoon we'll do another update for you, and we'll give you the latest information as she goes to the north. I think, dude, that low is right in here. I think it's outside of the cone, man. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's a little concerning. I think that central low is literally just to the north of the cone by quite a bit. HWR shows a Cat 3. Yeah, I saw that. It's kind of an outlier because the other models are kind of showing it in the Cat 2 realm, maybe Cat 1. It's kind of all over the place, you know. I think that there's potential for a low-end Cat 2, given that it has a little bit more water to work with and all that stuff, so we'll see. Let's see. Get really hungry after streams. Go get something to eat. So please keep giving these updates all season, and I'm happy to keep supporting you. Of course, yeah, I'll always be here. You don't gotta worry about that. I'll always be here to help you out whenever any systems happen in severe weather-wise, tropical-wise. I mean, we're in hurricane season now. She's officially began back in June, about a month ago. But activity-wise, it's officially began. She's finally started kicking up quite a bit. Let's see. What about Bay City, Texas, is Rose? Let me look. Let me see where Bay City's at. Yeah, once again, y'all, we're going to head off here in about 5 or so minutes, so just want to let y'all know. Bay City is... Okay, yeah, Bay City's going to be probably impacted pretty heavily. So you're in hurricane watches. Hurricane conditions possible. Hurricane conditions is possible out there. So yeah, that's one thing you got to look out for. The good news about Bay City is that you're off the coast there for the most part. You don't have to deal with storm surge. Most of the surge is going to be affected out there towards the Matagorda Bay area, but you're going to be off the coast, which is good. Yeah, I'd say hurricane conditions are possible for sure. You definitely want to prepare for the storm though. We are expecting upper Category 1 strength. Maybe low-end Cat 2 by the time it reaches you. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, this shows once it goes inland just to your west, it'll be sustained at 60, which is upper tropical storm force. So, yeah, likely going to get pretty windy out there in Bay City. Also, whenever it comes to the rainfall and all that fun stuff, you're in a good probability of seeing like 4 to 6 inches of rain out there. Pretty good amount of rain is expected overall. All right, see you later, brother of Caden. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Those in the path. Evacuate. We don't need Beryl stronger again like Harvey. Yeah, it won't be nothing comparing to Harvey. I'll tell you that. Thank you, Winding. I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for your support again, and thank you for being here, just hanging out with us. That's all I'd ever ask for. Thank you. I want to see the future radar. Well, future radar with the models is all over the place, but I'll show you what the HWRF shows us with future radar. It's kind of all over the place. Alright, so according to the HWRF, we work our way down in time. She struggles with a bit of dry air, but she eventually catches herself just before hitting Texas there, and has landfall happening basically for right around 8 a.m. Eastern, so 7 Central overall. And then, of course, it digs its way inland, rapidly deteriorates. That low gets shredded apart, but the rain still persists. The rain's still going to be there. While the winds disintegrate, the rain's still going to be there. Let's see. Older sister lives there. Oh, no problem, Rose. Yeah, let her know, Rose, that there's going to be some concerns out there. I'll keep you updated if you want to stay tuned throughout the next couple updates, Rose. That way that she can be weather aware, or if you just want to forward it to her, share the stream with her. Obviously, sharing the stream is really the most one of the most important things you guys can do to help, which helps spread awareness and helps get that word out to more people. That would be much appreciated. I'm sure she would appreciate that as well, if you would just let her know. What about Winfield, Louisiana? Yeah, so whenever it comes to it for Louisiana, like I was saying, we are not expecting a landfall to occur in Louisiana. Most of the winds will be died out by the time we get to Louisiana overall, too. So whenever it comes to it, there's a lot of rain for Louisiana in general. Winfield, let's see, I think that's... Let me look that area up here real quickly. Let's go pull that up. Winfield, Louisiana. Okay, so yeah, you're on the central side, kind of north central side overall. Let's see. So you're up in around 2 to 4 inches of rain. So yeah, I think rain's going to be your main concern. Maybe a little bit of flooding potential. Nothing super crazy, but yeah, a little bit of flooding potential could be a thing there overall. Let's see. I don't know, man. Yeah, this thing. I don't think it'll get up to Harvey strength. It's like I said, it's going to be battling some dry air on that southern flank. It's going to have some issues. But, you know, we'll keep an eye on it, of course. We're not going to just stop updating you. We're going to keep you updated throughout all the information we gather. And, of course, there's going to be some changes here and there. You know, the overall view is there's going to be a lot of tweaking to the forecast as we continue to get closer. But, yeah, like I said, just make sure you're already ready out there by the Texas coast. That's really all you need to do. You're very welcome, Rose. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Roland says, heading out. Thanks for the stream. Yep, no problem. Yeah, we're getting ready to head off here, too, y'all. It's getting a little late for one, and plus we've been streaming here for about a little over an hour and a half. Yeah, we've been streaming here for a while for y'all. Like I said, we've basically given all that we've basically given all that we need to update you all with. We've given all the information out there. So... yeah, tomorrow afternoon we'll do another update with the latest info, and we'll keep you posted. Despite the cone, what do I think will happen? I think it's gonna make landfall out there anywhere between Corpus Christi and Houston. I think this is where it's gonna make landfall. Personally, I mean it's right in the middle of the cone, of course, but that's where the models are agreeing on. Strength-wise, personally, in my opinion, I think it's gonna be a lower end Category 2 at landfall overall. So we'll keep an eye out there for it, but. That's my opinion. Once again, you know, take it for what the cone actually shows right now. But even the cone has this thing just a few mile an hour off as a cat, or a few mile an hour off from a Cat 2. I'm losing my speech here. It's getting late. Let's see here, brother of Caden, dude. Thank you, man, for the $5 super chat. Go ahead and leave that a heart right there for you, man. Thank you, dude. That is really sweet of you. Saying no problem. Just before I left, I felt like giving a donation. Thank you, man. Like I said, that really helps me out. Helps keep our programs running over here and helps keep good old Andrew alive, which I deeply appreciate. Being alive is a good thing, and seriously, man, thank you, though. Once again, you didn't have to do all that. I appreciate it, Caden. Brother of Caden, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Can I look at the water temperature? Yeah, it's around 29 Celsius for the most part. But yeah, we'll pull up the map for you. So, a little bit of a fun fact for y'all. In the water, your water temperature, sea surface temperatures, SSTs, sea surface temperatures have got to be 28 degrees Celsius, 26 degrees Celsius or warmer. So basically, if you're outside of the yellow, there's really no sustainability or potential for strengthening out of a tropical cyclone. So, obviously for the Gulf, we are well into the 29 Celsius mark. Now, what I'm a little concerned about actually is once you get up into the northern Gulf, there, near the Gulf states, water's upwards of 31 Celsius regarding the temperatures, sea surface temperatures. That is very warm. The waters are like a hot tub out there. I mean, 30 Celsius, that's like 90 degrees almost. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like ridiculously warm. So yeah, that is one thing. The system here, it's going to be rolling its way into obviously more... it's going to be rolling its way, obviously, into more warmer waters. 30 Celsius is pretty bad or good for tropical development alone. Once again, there's other factors, but alone speaking, we're 30 Celsius is very warm, and I think maximum temperature the water can get up to is about 32 Celsius, if I'm not mistaken, 31, 32. Depends on where it's at. This little area, this little bay over here in northern South America, don't know the name of it, but there's a really warm waters in there. Anyways, but yeah, very, very warm waters regardless. Once again, Caden, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Feels like 110 Fahrenheit in my stock ponds. I bet. I bet this heat's been brutal, man. Here in Florida, it's been even hot here. Our dew points are typically in the 80s, which is terrible. Very but it's just Florida for you. Let's see here. Southern tip of Texas looks pretty good now. It's looking a little better regarding track-wise, but y'all still have hurricane watches. Still want y'all to prepare. Good to be prepared than not, you know. Sometimes with hurricanes, obviously the track can shift last minute. I want you to be ready for that if in case it happens. Not saying it will. I'm just saying, you know, it happens. It can happen. That's why I just really want the entire Texas coast to be ready for the storm. I mean, because it's like, honestly, it's shifting all over the place right now. It's a little hard to tell. Anyways, but all right, y'all. Well, I think we're going to head off here. Once again, I appreciate y'all for joining us. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Obviously, huge thank you goes to Winding Creek, dude, or Brian. Thank you so much, man. You sure made my night tonight with your support. And like I said, that means a lot. Helped me out a lot. Let me go ahead and go over our donators here for today. We had Brian for Cashapp donation. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it. Michael as well. Michael and Brian, thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are amazing. I deeply appreciate it. Hopping on over here to the list here of donations. We did have a lot of support from you guys tonight, and I deeply appreciate it very, very much. So, yeah, let's go and go over these here with you. So, once again, Winding, absolutely thank you so much for your support overall. Texas Lady as well. Roland, thank you so much. Let's see here. And the brother of Caden, thank you. All of you guys, thank you for your support. You guys absolutely rock. Much love to you guys. And seriously, it means a lot to me, and it helps me out a lot. So thank you. We'll be live tomorrow tomorrow. I keep on saying tomorrow morning. No, tomorrow afternoon, maybe around 2-3 o'clock Eastern, so 1 or 2 Central. If y'all want to be here for another update, turn on your notifications if you haven't already. Consider subscribing, leave a like. I'm not going to hold you to it, but just consider it. That way you guys can stay weather aware and weather prepared. That's obviously what we're here for, to give you the most accurate and honest weather forecast that's out there. Like I said, I give y'all data that's strictly from main sources like the Hurricane Center, all the main models. We take everything into consideration here. We don't leave things out on this channel, so we keep it all real with you and everything like that. So, like I said, if y'all would be interested in that, consider subscribing, leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated. Alrighty, y'all. Let's see. See you later, Ryan. Thank you so much, man. Once again, I really appreciate it for your support. Thank you so much. And of course, everybody else, have a great night. And all of our other supporters, thank you guys as well. And alrighty, well, that's gonna go and wrap it up for now, y'all. Thanks for joining. We'll see ya later on. Catch y'all later tomorrow afternoon. See you later, guys.